Shanti. This meditation is based on Murli of 12th of June 2025. Let us remind ourselves who we truly are with the eyes of this knowledge, with the sight of this jnana. From ignorant, we have become knowledgeable. And we know that only one Father, the ocean of knowledge, is teaching us, is giving us the spiritual knowledge. And through this knowledge, we receive salvation. That is, we go to land of peace, Shanti Dham, and to the land of happiness, Sukha Dham. When we were calling out in the path of bhakti with many, many different things, sacrificial fires, donations, charity, performance, but we couldn't find our path. But Baba reminds us that now, with this knowledge, you know that each of us has to play our own part. And he too has received a part in this drama. He is the spiritual father for all of us. And he comes and gives this knowledge for salvation. So old world has to change. And we become deities from humans. And it becomes the one kingdom of deities over the whole world, heaven. And this is the confluence age for us. For others, it's still Iron Age. We are sitting here in this most auspicious confluence age by remembering the Father and following his Srimad. Baba reminds us that in Golden Age, there is direction of just one emperor who ruled the kingdom like the family. And there were no advisors there because everyone knew that they are souls and playing their roles. They had so much power. But when they become impure, they need to have advisors because then they have lost that power to be a soul and to act from that. And we are now receiving this power to rule independently for 21 births. And this is our divine family, God's family. Baba says, when you consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father, you belong to godly family. But if you become body conscious and forget the Father, you belong to devilish family. In a second, you belong to godly community, and then in another second, you belong to devilish community. It's so easy to just switch. It's easy to consider yourself to be souls, but some find it difficult. It's only by remembering the Father that we can remove our sins. But the first step is to consider ourselves to be a soul. And we souls act through this body, not without. So we have to stay in remembrance whilst we do everything. It is an effort on our part. Only one Father has this knowledge, and he gives it to us through these Murlis. The Baba says they are here to refresh you. Baba says you know what Gyan and Vigyan is. Through yoga, which is called Vigyan, we receive health, and through Gyan, the history and geography of the world is explained. And we are now understanding the unlimited history and geography of the world, and that the world will repeat once again. Only one Father is knowledgeful, and he explains to us how the world cycle turns. And he tells us that no one can be liberated from this world cycle. As a human soul leaves one body and takes another. This is the cycle. This drama is huge. The soul is in each and every body, and it is the soul which has the imperishable part recorded in him. This is called the predestined drama, and it has duration of 5,000 years. Gita doesn't explain that the Father teaches Raja Yoga and establishes the kingdom here. In fact, they've shown annihilation. Everyone died and 5 Pandavas were saved, and they too melt away on the mountains. They don't know what happened through Raja Yoga. But us fortunate children right now, we know the Father is explaining everything. The Father comes here and adopts us children. And he says, I enter this one and give you children this knowledge. I create you children through this one. There is the Father and there is also the family. A wife is adopted. Wife is Brahma Baba. So these are very deep matters, very profound and serious. So it doesn't sit in everyone's intellect. The Father is Shiv Baba. He adopts Brahma as his wife, and we are all his mouth-born children. Father says, first of all, consider yourselves to be souls. A soul sheds a body, takes another, and the bodies are given different names and forms and features. And they cannot be same as anyone else. They have their own features for each birth, and that is fixed in the drama. It is incredible that we all have different features in each birth. So when we are on the pilgrimage of remembrance, many storms of Maya come and there is a battle. But we mustn't be afraid, Baba says. Baba says Maya will repeatedly break your remembrance. You will have such sinful thoughts that they will completely spoil our heads. But you still have to make effort to become the residents of heaven. So Baba has given us the warnings that everything will happen, but we need to be stable in our own stage. And we are making this effort to be the residents of heaven. It's for our own sake. So the first thing to make firm is considering ourselves to be souls and remembering the Father. And this takes effort. Just as the government jobs are for 8 hours, we are now helpers of unlimited government. And we stay in remembrance for at least 8 hours. And the stage of ours will become firm, so you will not remember anyone else. Then you will shed your bodies in remembrance of the Father. Then you become the beads of the rosary of victory. Baba reminds us of the rosary of victory, who are the residents of heaven. But he says rosary of 16,108 remains in the box. So our target should be to be part of the victory rosary of 8 or 108. We learned Raj Yoga from the Father and made the whole world into heaven. And this is why we are worshipped. You were worthy of worship, Baba says, and now have become worshippers. The rosary of Rudra includes Baba and all the souls, whereas rosary of Runda, Vishnu, are the ones who are the winners in this confluence age. We are going to become garland around Shiv Baba's neck, but rosary of Brahmins cannot be created. The more we stay in remembrance, sooner we will go to rule the kingdom there. And we cannot receive these teachings anywhere else. And Baba reminds us again and again that you know that you will shed your old bodies and become residents of heaven. You become part of the Sun dynasty and then part of the Moon dynasty. And then those of all the other religions come. Baba reminded us that we don't need to necessarily value the other old things. The importance is given to the ancient Raj Yoga, and the most valuable out of all is our sweet Shiv Baba. Baba says no one understands that a soul is a tiny point. It's extremely subtle. Only the Father explains that such tiny point has such a big part recorded in it. And this drama continues to repeat. We will not have this knowledge in Golden Age, in the new cycle. It will disappear. But this is our reward, to be in Golden Age, new world. And this is done through this study. The study in Confluence Age, most auspicious age. And this is when Baba changes human beings into deities by revealing all the secrets. Baba knows that we cannot stay in this remembrance all the time. It is impossible. So he gives us the method. So keep your chart to see how long you stay in remembrance. And with that, we will be able to increase our remembrance. There's a huge burden of sins on our heads. That's why Baba says, stay in remembrance. And everything else you can do to remind yourself, like keeping a picture of Trimurti in your pocket, by remembering Alpha and Beta. Always have a badge with you, have some literature with you. And yesterday Baba said, keep your photo of the crown and a throne. These are many different ways in which we can remind our own self. We are using our bodies, minds and wealth to serve Bharat, the ancient land. And Baba gave us the blessing. Become soul conscious and detached from your body by staying in the cave of introspection. Baba said the cave of Pandavas is shown as the cave of introspection. But just like that, to the extent that we remain detached from our body and we stay in our cave of the mind and stay stable in soul conscious form, we will remain beyond the atmosphere and influence of the outside world. And the more we stay in our cave of introspection, it makes us detached from everyone else, but loving to one Father. And those who are loved by the Father automatically become completely unique. But Baba reminded us the importance of essence and expansion. Do not hide spiritual endeavor in the expansion, because spiritual endeavor is the seed and the facilities are expansion. So there should not be any dependency on facilities so that we forget our spiritual endeavor. The focus first is spiritual endeavor, sadhana, then the facilities, sadhan. The sign of introverted is to be constantly lost in the depth of love, ocean, and to be an image of sincerity and maturity, Gambhir Murt. And it's going to show on our face. On the other hand, there will be a face that is churning, Manan Chintan, and on the other hand, there will be an entertainment, Ramanik, that is a smile on a face. Both these characters would be shown on the face. And when the face is constantly cheerful, with the internal cheer of knowing this knowledge, opposition from Maya will finish for all time. So let us stay in this cave of introspection, just like the Pandavas, and find this easy route, not going above the mountains, climbing and coming down again, climbing, coming down again, and face all the storms. Let's find the cave and find our way all the way to Amarnath, just like Pandavas. Easy way. And stay in this remembrance of oneself and of Baba. Om Shanti.